Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and welcome back to our weekly updates of the 2020 presidential election. I'm gonna try and use this new electoral map program because I think it could be interesting to use. And it'll allow me to do some more playing around with it. And as a matter of fact, on Wednesday, I'm going to have a video planned for if states retained their current shape. Or not their current shape, but if certain states had maintained control over certain areas. If I can accurately depict that. So the first thing you're going to notice is, why the hell are Republican states colored in blue? And what happened to the gradient here? Well, I'm using a different gradient, and I'm going to depict that we'll use Wyoming as an example, right? So I've got currently blue for Donald Trump, and I'll go ahead and explain what the colors mean. The darkest shade is going to be for any margin greater than 15%, and we're going to go in steps of 5. So between 10 and 15 points. And if it's dead even, I'll put it in the less likely column. So this will be from 10.000001 all the way up to 15 even. This is for anything down to 5 point, on and on, as long as it's, 5 points plus 1, And this is anything within 5 down to a dead tie, and I may use gold, or I may just leave it as toss-up if, I'm probably going to use gold for a toss-up. But so far we don't have that, and when that comes up, we'll cross that bridge when we get here. The reason why I'm using blue for Donald Trump and red for the Democrats is because I think it's a little bit more accurate, considering red is traditionally the international color for more left-wing policy ideas. And internationally, blue is, and even here in the States, you can see this with a lot of the socialist groups and the socialist and communist groups that are starting to gain some prominence in the United States are using red as their color. So I figure it's a little bit more accurate to use red to represent left-wing ideas. So we're using blue for more, quote, conservative ideas. I think that's more consistent, and I've thought about making the switch a few times. I just think it's a little bit better, and it will be a little bit easier because I do have a decent sized international viewing group. So while they're probably used to seeing red for Republicans, blue for Democrats, this will give them a more accurate idea of where the candidates stand on the political spectrum, rather than just the more traditional coloring for the American parties. So yeah, so this is what my model forecasts as of right now. And I may change these colors up slightly at some point, but for right now, I think we're okay with it. My personal forecast, oops, not Maine at large, sorry about that. Is for that's about where I expect it. Yeah, that's about where I expect that. That's where I expect that. And this is more of a confidence margin rather than a And my forecast, as always, is more of a confidence margin rather than a forecast of what the vote is going to look like. So those won't change. Okay, I need to, there we go. Dang it. There we go. And consider that likely, I consider that lean, I consider Oregon safe, and yeah, I'm leaning that one. So this is currently what I personally forecast it to look like. Let's go ahead and check something out. Oh, that just moves it. Ah, okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry about that. Okay, so it'd be 23 plus 5. Or not 23 plus 5, I'm sorry about that. It'd be 21 plus 5, so 26. We'll hit that with 0. That with 0. Because that would be added, we're going to set this at 26. Set. This would be at 0. Oh, by the way, this set, yeah. 16 plus 9 is 16 plus 6 is 22. That'd be 31. There we go. That's 0 set. That's 0 set. That's 0 set. Because guess what? Georgia at one point controlled Alabama and Mississippi, or at least claimed that territory. North Carolina claimed territory going all the way to the Mississippi, what is now Tennessee. Virginia used to claim West Virginia and Kentucky. However, interestingly enough, there we go. This would change Virginia to a, probably I'd say a likely Republican state. North Carolina would all of a sudden become safe, and Georgia would also all of a sudden become safe. And that would pretty much, there would be zero hope of Democrats winning. They would have to be able to flip Texas, and even that's not enough. They would have to flip Texas and Arizona, and even that would only get it to, actually no, that would flip it, yeah. Anyway,